Right, so this could potentially be the penultimate episode, or it could be the semi-penultimate, like the one before. Whatever. I'm just fearful this one's going to be very long, and I hope it not to be long, but we'll see what happens. First puzzle of the episode. I was kind of starting to miss them. Haha. Okay. Oh, we got a thing.
The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. It is the fundamental emotion that stands at the cradle of true art and true science. Whoever does not know it and can no longer wonder, no longer marvel, is as good as dead and his eyes are dimmed. It was the experience of mystery, even if mixed with fear, that engendered religion. A knowledge of the existence of something we cannot penetrate.
Whoa! There's a creepy
Our
hand.
perceptions of the profoundest reason
Didn't
and the
see
most
that before.
radiant beauty,
Is
which
this
only in
mountain
their
a
most
person?
primitive forms are accessible to our minds.
Oh,
It is
look at
this knowledge
somewhere.
and this emotion that constitute true religiosity.
Somewhere.
In this sense, and in this alone,
There's a door
I am
somewhere.
a deeply religious man.
Here, right.
I cannot conceive of a God
Okay.
who rewards and punishes his creatures, or as a will of the kind that we experience in ourselves. Neither can I, nor would I, want to conceive of an individual that survives his physical
big
death.
puzzles.
Let feeble souls, from fear or absurd egoism, cherish such thoughts. I am satisfied with the mystery of the eternity of life, and with the awareness and a glimpse of the marvelous structure of the existing world, together with the devoted striving to comprehend a portion, be it ever so tiny, of the reason that manifests itself in nature. Albert Einstein, 1931.
Whoa. Oh, cool. Look at this area. Oh. Nice. Very nice. Oh, another one of these map things. Cool. Wicked. Very cool. Alright, we're at a photographer. Didn't expect that. And another voice thing.
Up there, you go
Oh,
around
look at
every
this.
hour and a half.
This is
time
cool.
after time after time. You wake up usually in the mornings, and just the way that the track of your orbits go, you wake up over the Mideast, over North
Lots of
Africa.
interesting, weird
As you eat
statues.
breakfast, you look out the window as you're going past, and there's the Mediterranean area, and Greece, and Rome, and North Africa, and the Sinai.
Maybe
the
these
whole
actually
area.
aren't statues. Maybe
And
these
you
used to be
realize
people.
that
You know,
in
like
one
the
glance,
people when they've frozen.
that what you're seeing is
turned
what
to
was the
stone or
whole
something.
history of man
Oh, look
for
at that.
years, the cradle of civilization. And you go around down across North Africa
I've not seen a
and
squiggly
out
one
over
before.
the Indian Ocean, and look up at that great subcontinent of India, pointed down toward you as you go past it, and sail on
Is
off
that
to
a
the side,
conductor or
Burma,
something?
Southeast Asia, out over the Philippines, and up across that monstrous Pacific Ocean. Vast body of water. You've never realized how big that is before. And you finally come up across
big
the
puzzle.
coast of California and look for those friendly things. Los Angeles and Phoenix and on across El Paso. And there's Houston. There's home. And you look, and sure enough, there's the Astrodome. And you identify with that, you know? It's an attachment. And down across New Orleans, and then looking down to the south, and there's the whole peninsula of Florida laid out. And all the hundreds of hours you spent
Cool.
flying across that route,
Really?
down in
Are
the
you
atmosphere,
serious?
all that is
Are
friendly.
you serious? Because I can't see that
And
little
you
bit.
go
It
out
can't
across
roll.
the Atlantic Ocean and back across Africa. And you do it again and again.
That is so
again.
stupid.
And
Right,
that identity, that you identify with Houston, and then you identify with Los Angeles, and Phoenix, and New Orleans, and everything. And the next thing you recognize in yourself is you're identifying with North Africa. You look forward to that. You anticipate it. And there it is. That whole process begins to shift of what it is you identify with. When you go around it in an hour and a half, you begin to recognize that your identity is
Hey.
with that whole thing. And that makes a change. You look down there, and you can't imagine how many borders and boundaries you crossed again and again and again. And you don't even see them. At that wake-up scene, the Mid-East, you know there are hundreds of people killing each other over some imaginary line that you can't see. From where you see it, the thing is a whole, and it's so beautiful.
Stop.
And you wish you could take one from each side in hand and say, look at it from this perspective. Look at that. What's important? And so a little later on, your friend, again those same neighbors, another astronaut, the person next to you goes out to the moon. And now he looks back and sees the Earth not as something big where he can see the beautiful details, but he sees the Earth as a small thing out there.
Oh no, I'm not going to
And
be
now
able to
that
see it
contrast
again.
between
For
that
goodness
bright
sake.
blue and white Christmas tree ornament
Alright, I
and
was
that
like,
black
this puzzle's
sky,
kind of cool.
that
I now hate
infinite
this
universe
puzzle.
really comes through.
Absolutely sucks.
The size of it, the significance of it. It becomes both.
Look at that! I
It
can't get
becomes
there
so
either.
small and so fragile, and such a
Like,
precious
I have to be
little
in a
spot
certain
in that universe
area just to be able to get
that you
it
can
all.
block it out with your thumb.
How
And
stupid
you realize
is
that
this?
on that small spot, that little blue and white thing is everything that means anything to you. All of history and music and poetry and art and war and death and birth and love, tears, joy, games, all of it is on that little spot out there that you can cover with your thumb. And you realize that that perspective, that you've changed, that there's something new there. That relationship is no longer what it was. And then you look back on the time when you were outside on that EVA and those few moments that you had the time because the camera malfunctioned, that you had the time to think about what was happening. And you recall staring out there at the spectacle that went before your eyes. Because now,
Oh, right.
you're no
now I
longer
see it.
inside something with a window looking out at a picture. But now you're out there, and what you've got around your head is a goldfish bowl, and there are no limits here.
What?
There are no
I can't even go
frames.
that way because I
There are
can't
no
see
boundaries.
it. Even
You're
though
really
I clearly
out
can
there,
see it.
over
Pain.
it, floating, going 25,000 miles per hour.
Oh, great, I'm not gonna be able to
ripping
get it
through
because
space,
this corner
a
now-
vacuum, and there's not a sound.
This is the dumbest thing I've
There's
ever
a
done in
silence,
this game. Like,
the
this
depth
is
of
so
which
dumb.
you've never experienced before. And that silence contrasts so markedly with the scenery and the speed with which you know you're going. That contrast, the mix of those two things,
Okay, we've got somewhere
really
now.
comes through. And you think about what you're experiencing and why. Do you deserve
Thank you.
this? This
Good grief.
fantastic experience? Have you earned
Now we're
this
at the
in some way?
back. Somewhere.
Are you separated out to be touched by God to have some special experience here that other men cannot have? You know the answer to that is no. There's nothing that you've done that deserves that earned that. It's not a special thing for you. You know very well at that moment, and it comes through to you so powerfully that you're the
I
sensing
don't
element
see
for
how I'm going
man.
to see this. Right.
You look down and see the surface of that globe that you've lived on all this time, and you know all those people down there. They are like you. They are you. And somehow you represent them when you are up there.
Oh no.
A sensing element that point
really?
out on the end. And that's a humbling feeling. It's a feeling that says you have a responsibility.
Okay, I made that bit.
It's
Thank
not for
God
yourself.
that, right.
The eye that doesn't see does
Yeah,
not
I
do
did that.
justice to the body. That's why it's there. That's why you're out there. And somehow you recognize that you're a piece of this total life. You're out on
Alright.
that forefront and you have to bring that back somehow.
Everything's going
And that becomes a rather
alright.
special responsibility. It tells you something about your relationship with this thing we call life.
Okay.
And
we're
when you
in
come
the
back,
mountain now.
There's a difference in that world now. There's a difference in that relationship between
Period.
you and that
Quirky.
planet. And you and all those other forms of life on that
But
planet.
cool.
Because
That's
you've
with
had
all the
that kind
pictures.
of experience. It's a difference.
That's the picture in the
And it's
area.
so
I was in.
precious. And all
what
through
is it?
this, I've used the word you
Where I built the
because
bridge.
it's not me. It's not Dave Scott. It's not Dick Gordon, Pete Conrad, John Glenn. It's you.
Okay, I
It's
really
us.
can't see
It's
where
we.
I'm going.
It's life. It's had that experience. And it's not just my problem to integrate. It's not my challenge to integrate, my joy to integrate. It's yours. It's everybody's.
A whole new
Russell Schweikart,
world,
1975.
a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no where to go. I say we're all dreaming. Woo! Purple lanes, purple lanes, purple lanes. More artistic drawings. We're not seeing a place like this in a while. Cool. Woohoo! Oh, there's another one over here. Oh, that wasn't that bad. Oh, there's a voice thing in here. Nearly missed that.
Two major schools of Zen exist in Japan, the Rinzai and the Soto. Both have the same goal of seeing the world unmediated, but their approaches are different. In the Soto school, the emphasis is on quiet contemplation in a seated position without a particular
What
focus
does this
for thought.
mean?
The method in the
There's another one
Rinzai
here.
school, however, is to put the intellect to work on problems that have no
Wait,
logical
we're not dealing with that.
resolution.
Right.
Such problems are known as koans, from the Chinese kengan, meaning public announcement. Some are mere questions. For example,
I've lost my
when
way.
your mind is
Confused
not
myself.
dwelling
Right.
on the dualism of good and evil, what is your original face before you were born? Others are set in a question and answer form, like, what is the Buddha? Answer, 3 pounds of flax, or the cypress tree in the courtyard, to name but two of the classic responses. According to tradition, there are 1,700 such conundrums in the Zen repertoire, and their common aim is to induce a
make
kind
sure
of
not-
intellectual catastrophe, a sudden jump which lifts the individual out of the domain of words and reason into a direct,
No, we definitely missed that.
non-mediated experience known as Satori. Zen differs from other meditative forms, including other schools of Buddhism, in that it does not start from where we are and gradually lead us to a clear view of the true way of the world. It is not a progressive system in this respect. The sole purpose of studying Zen is to have Zen experiences, sudden moments, like flashes of lightning, when the intellect is short-circuited and there is no longer a barrier between the experiencer and reality. David Darling, 1996.
Oh. Yay. This is a big pile of mess. Ah, now we get this. Cool. Was worried
The
we weren't gonna
relation
get it,
between the
but we are. Don't
controller
worry.
and the controlled is reciprocal. The scientist in the laboratory studying the behavior of a pigeon designs contingencies and observes their effects. His apparatus exerts a conspicuous control on the pigeon, but
We might
we
be
must
back
not
here.
overlook the
I don't
control
know.
exerted by the pigeon. The behavior of the pigeon has
assume
determined the
we're going
design
to
of
just
the
change the
apparatus
floor
and the
pattern.
procedures in which it is used. Some such reciprocal control is characteristic of all science.
Exactly.
As Francis Bacon put it, nature, to be commanded, must be obeyed.
Is it
The
just me, or does
scientist
this
who
feel
designs
like
a
a tiny
cyclotron
bit
is under
like
the control of the
Portal?
particles he is studying.
I don't know why. I just
The
get a
behavior
Portal
with
feel.
which a parent controls his child, either aversively or through positive reinforcement, is shaped and maintained by the child's responses.
Oh ho.
A psychotherapist
Creepy
changes the
purple floor,
behavior
it's
of
a
his
creepy
patient
purple floor.
in ways which have been
Creepy purple
shaped and
floor,
maintained
floor.
by his success
Creepy
in changing that
floor,
behavior.
creep. I told you we'd be
A
back.
government or religion prescribes and imposes sanctions selected by their
Why does this
effectiveness
have a
in
grate on
controlling
it?
citizen or
It's got all these
communicant.
black lines over it.
An employer induces his employees to work industriously and carefully with wage systems determined by their effects on behavior. The classroom practices of the teacher are shaped and maintained by the effects on his students. In a very real sense,
Yay.
then, the slave
Oh
controls
god, this is
the
very
slave
confusing
driver,
now.
the child.
I don't
the
like these
parent,
odd patterns
the
on
patient,
it.
the therapist,
They're horrible.
the citizen, the
It's like an
government,
optical illusion,
the
except there's
communicant,
no
the
illusion.
priest, the employee, the employer, and the student, the teacher. B.F. Skinner, 1971.
Oh god, it's nearly invisible. How am I supposed to do this? God. There, yeah. Okay. Okay, please be done with this. Please. Oh, it's over. That one's over. Now, come on. What is this? What is this? Hey. Oh wait, there's a tab, there's a thing here. I never noticed this before.
Therefore, I thank you, my God, because you make clear to me that there is no other way of approaching you, except that which to all humans, even to the most learned philosophers, seems wholly inaccessible
Come on.
and impossible. For you have shown me that you cannot be seen elsewhere than where impossibility confronts and obstructs me. O Lord, you, who are the food of the mature, have given me courage to do
Another creepy
violence to
purple floor.
myself. For impossibility coincides with necessity, and I have discovered that the place where you are found unveiled is girded about with the coincidence of contradictories.
Of course. We're
This
doing
is
orange.
the wall of paradise, and it is there in paradise that you reside. The wall's gate is guarded by the highest spirit of reason,
Stop.
and unless it is overpowered, the way in will not lie open. Thus, it is on the other side of the coincidence of contradictories that you will be able to be seen, and nowhere on this side. If, therefore, impossibility is necessity in your sight, O Lord, there is nothing which your sight does not see. Nicholas of Cusa, 1453.
I'm so close to finishing the game and now I'm stuck here. Why? These puzzles are horrible. But we did it. We did another one. Now who knows what's going to happen with this. It's got a certain path and it's awful. Awful. Oh man, what is this now? Hey, is this one simple? Is this one back to normal? No, it moves. Is it? Ah. Oh, phew. It was horrible. Right. It's gonna get worse. Jeez! Who thinks of these? Who thinks of this? Okay, it's there. Oh, jeez! How is this gonna get worse? Oh, it spins, man, and it spins fast. You great, you.
One eternity later.
I can't figure out the direction anymore. I've lost it. Go up! Oh, this limbo bit is awesome. Right. The way that I want to turn it, right? It doesn't turn that way. There. We are so close to the end. We are so close. Oh. Oh. One nightmare. It can only get worse. It really can only get worse. Oh, this looks creepy. Neat. Can it be a little bit easier now? Because that was a horrible task. Oh, look! Little models of things. Cool. What is the purpose? Oh no. Oh. What does this one mean? Do I have to do it when it's a certain color or something? I'm not gonna lie, this is way easier than the one I've just come from. All the way to the end, right? Oh god, this is an epilepsy. This is. Don't worry, you're not on LSD, but you might think you are if you're looking at this puzzle. Oh. Oh. Stairs, yeah. More drawings, more. Is this like actual real life drawings of the game or something like that? Hey, wait. There's a thing here.
You see, a motif
Oh
is this.
no, I can already
He put his
see
hands
another.
together,
Oh
drew them apart,
no.
the 10 fingers open. Then
No,
slowly,
I don't want to do
very
this
slowly,
again.
brought them together again, clasped them, squeezed them tightly, meshing them. That's what one should try to achieve. If one hand is held too high or too low, it won't work. Not a single link should be too slack, leaving a hole through which the emotion, the light, the truth can escape. You
I
must
don't like it.
understand that I work on the whole canvas, on everything at once. With one impulse, with undivided faith, I approach all the scattered bits and pieces. Everything we see falls apart,
I
vanishes,
really,
doesn't
really,
it?
really don't like
Nature
it.
is always the same,
I
but
hate
nothing
it.
in her
I
that
hate
appears
it.
to us
Yeah, I
lasts.
hate it.
Our
Oh,
art
I
must
hate
render the
it.
thrill of her
Yes, I
permanence
hate
along
it.
with her elements, the appearance of all her changes. It must give us a taste of her eternity.
I'm not even like halfway done with
What
this
is there
mission yet.
underneath? Maybe nothing. Maybe everything. Everything.
I can
You
only
understand?
dread what's coming up. I was excited when I
So
saw the
I
mountain.
bring
I was like, oh,
together
this is
her
cool.
wandering
And then I got that
hands.
stupid
I
puzzle.
take something at right,
which was the worst
something
one
at
I've
left,
ever done.
Here, there, everywhere. Her tones, her colors, her nuances. I set them
What?
down.
It
I bring
changed.
them together.
Why is it changed?
They form lines. They become objects, rocks, trees. Without my
What does
planning,
any of this mean?
they take on volume, value. If these volumes, these values, correspond on my canvas, in my sensibility,
Does it just keep
to the
changing every time?
planes, to the spots
Yeah, it seems
which
to
are
be the
there
case.
before our eyes,
I don't think that really
then my
matters that
canvas
much
has
then.
brought its hands
I don't
together.
need to worry about them,
It does not waver.
if that makes any
The
sort of
hands
sense.
have been joined neither too high nor too low. My canvas is true, compact, full. But if there is the
Do I
slightest
need to like
distraction,
rate? I don't know
if
what
I
I'm
fail
doing.
just a
I'm
little
just trying
bit,
to survive
above
this
all,
awful
if I
place.
interpret too much one day, if today I am carried away by a theory which runs counter to
I think
that
it
of
is just
yesterday,
the same pattern
if
every
I
time.
think while I paint,
I might be
if
wrong,
I meddle,
but it doesn't
whoosh,
seem wrong to me.
everything goes to pieces. Paul Cézanne, as related by Joaquim Gasquet, 1921.
Is it going to change on the last one? Whee! No, it's not changed. Yeah. I hear a lot of creepy noises. Don't think I like it. What is these noises? This is like, this guy doesn't seem to run out of stamina, but he definitely should. Like, this is insanely tiring. Horrible, man. Okay, we're going into this creepy area. Oh no, not a lift. Me and lifts don't mix. Oh, there's also another thing down here that I would have missed otherwise. Don't know what that does, but I have a really, really bad relationship with lifts. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, look at that water. That water.